Hey guys, and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Currently, let's get right into the Bitcoin chart. As you can see, during the weekend we are getting a nice little push to the upside. Bitcoin on the daily time frame still below our very important level right here. As you can see, we are still below the value area low, and we are actually still keeping above that weekly P, but we're going to be getting new weekly pivot levels next week, which is basically we have about 10 hours until the new weekly candle opens. And as you can see right here, we do have three red candles in a row, basically, which is bearish. As you can see right here, the last time we did have three candles in a row, we got one doji candle right here. Basically, doji candle is like this. You can see very low body, but just basically a weak candle. And then you can see we got a very strong push to the downside, as you can see. So I am potentially expecting something the same to happen if on the daily we do not get back above 113k. Basically, for potential upside for Bitcoin, we want to be seeing the daily RSI momentum reclaim the middle 50 line. Basically, we want to see it get above here. Let me just mark it out for you. So we want to see this line reclaim right here to start pushing up, and you want to see price reclaim this key level. So basically something like this, as you can see, in order for us to consider Bitcoin actually flipping bullish. But as I have said in my previous video, until we do not get that resistance into support flip, then I will be still bearish in Bitcoin. Also, let's look into the stock market, how we got that daily and weekly close. As you can see, basically the weekly close is an actual doji candle right now. As you can see, let me just turn the points off so you can see better. Basically, we did get a we can say a nice buyer's candle close, since we had buyers step in at the lows right here. Basically, because of the news, we did get a very big volatility, as you can see, and we did drop down to that weekly pivot. We did actually reclaim the weekly pivot, and price has closed, as you can see, on the daily and on the weekly time frame, a doji candle right here. You can see where buyers stepped in, exactly bouncing off the last weekly S3. So potentially next week for the stock market might open, if it opens bearish and we get a big seller candle body like this one, then I will be expecting Bitcoin to potentially drop down further. Basically, as you can see, let's go on a lower time frame. Right here I have marked out those very key levels. Basically, what we wanna watch out for is 112 to 113k reclaim, basically right here, as you can see. And if it fails to do so, with the beginning of next week, we are going to be seeing some volatility. And if we start pushing down, the next price key support would be sitting at 105 down to 99. Basically 105 to 100k would be a very important level if we draw it as a box right here. Basically, this is our interest zone. Basically, this is a order block of interest. Right here we will be potentially seeing buyers stepping in as price starts dropping further. If it actually does not reclaim right here, as I said, it is also very possible that we start pushing higher next week, because we are actually having a nice move in the moment. We are still not losing this level, but we might also start to consolidate right here before a drop further down, since Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, as you can see, the RSI is still in that basically in that overbought zone. So we want to see something like last time. You can see last time we did drop below the 50 line before we got a buy opportunity, not like the bear market lows right here where we dip down above like at the 30 line. Basically we never got very oversold, as you can see. So we want to see us potentially like right here the RSI momentum on the weekly to be dropping down until that 50 line, basically a little bit below it. So something like right here, as you can see previously, all of the bottoms on the weekly have happened as the RSI momentum line has dropped down to that level, as you can see right here. Basically very important. So we wanna be seeing something like this on the weekly, which would happen, as you can see, we might see that move happening all the way until October. That would be around 5 to 6 weekly candles, if I'm not mistaken. But this is how I'm seeing things to play out right now, since if everybody is expecting a bounce to the upside right now from those levels, we might not actually get that. The market makers will try to basically shake everyone out of the market before we actually start reversing to the upside. So we might see a further drop down. As for Ethereum basically, as you can see, still ranging on the weekly, is actually looking a bit worse than Bitcoin. We are still in that low here. The candle body still hasn't flipped. We have not seen any bars step in. For right now, for Ethereum, you can see the weekly candle body still in the red. But Solana, as you can see, on the other hand, is still trading right at the weekly pivot right now, actually above the weekly pivot. And we have not dropped down below $200 yet for Solana, as you can see. So Solana is actually still strong right now. Hype is also still strong, as you can see. We are trading above the weekly pivot for Hype also, which is very nice. XRP still in that falling wedge pattern. I am expecting a potential breakout soon for XRP, but this might take a while. As you can see, the last time, basically after creating a top, we had how many days? 172 days of sideways range play before we actually broke out. And right now, if you measure from the top until now, we have 51 days of sideways, basically falling sideways and actually bearish momentum to the downside. We are below the value area low for XRP, so we might range some like 50 days more or something, basically 2 months before we start to see XRP reversing. Let's cover the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame is still ranging. As you can see, we can consider this a range, since as you can see right here, we got rejected from this high and we got a bounce from this low. So we are ranging sideways right now on the Bitcoin dominance. On the weekly, we still have 10 hours until a new weekly candle open. So we might see some kind of a potential reversal for the Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at the liquidity for Bitcoin. Still have liquidity sitting at 106, 105k, all the way down until 102k, and basically at the 100 levels you can see we do not have liquidity. Liquidity leverage basically, as you can see, is 0. So expect if we start pushing down, a very big volatility to be happening. Basically it is possible that we just slice right through those levels and go for the lows at 98k to sweep them, and then potentially we're going to be seeing some kind of a bigger reaction from Bitcoin before the reversal starts happening. Fear and Greed Index, we are still in that neutral. Basically it has been very slow, as you can see, since price has also been moving slow. ETF inflows, we got the last 2 days of the week, of the previous week, basically Thursday and Friday, we got 2 days of basically almost 300 million, more than 300 million outflows for Bitcoin. let's look at the long versus shorts ratio. On the major exchanges, we do have more longs right now, but as you know, Sunday, it is typically considered a fake out move, so we might see the real move come Monday through Tuesday, basically. The funding rates, they are still low and positive, so nothing is looking very bearish yet. We might see a very fast market structure change, so basically we want to look out for that. Let's see if we do have some news for next week. Yeah, we do actually. We got PPI on Wednesday, we got CPI, very important data, on Thursday, and we got inflation on Friday. So we will get some volatility from Wednesday to Friday. So basically be very careful trading during the hours of the news for the next week. And yes guys, that will be it for today's update video. I hope you liked it, subscribe for my channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.